Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast. There's always more. This is your host, Nicole Segovia. Thank you so much for joining me. And today's episode, number 13, is going to be actually a Q&A. I put out on my Instagram to my followers, like, hey, what do you guys want to know about me? Shoot me some questions. And they did just that. If you don't follow me on Instagram yet, please go ahead and follow me. My Instagram handle is Nicole Segovia, NicoleSegovia, 2 A's at the end, all right? So let's go ahead and get right into the questions. So the first question I was asked was, what is the biggest piece of advice you would give your younger self? Y'all, when I tell you I sat here thinking about this for like 5 minutes and I was like, damn. So I came up with, don't give people so much power. Now, when I say don't give people so much power, I mean, like, don't let people affect you in the ways that I let them affect you. Quit trying to be a people pleaser. Quit trying to fit in as much. Quit trying to make sure that everyone else is good around you, but then you're like the last one that you chicken on, you know? So that would be the biggest piece of advice that I would give my younger self. Question number 2 that I got was, what keeps you motivated? And this one was kind of easy for me because it's my friends, it's my family, but it's also my fear that I have of failing. And I know that when you fail, you can always take that and learn from it and use it to fuel you in a better way. And I totally 100% agree with that. But because I want to succeed within, the goals that I have and all that, the fear of failure does keep you motivated, like to strive for more and try harder and never give up. So those would be like the 3 things that I would say keep me motivated in general. Question number 3 that I got was, what are some tips for increasing productivity? And these are things that I actually do myself. I set like phone screen time limits on my settings on my iPhone. If you follow me on Instagram, again, you see that I do to-do lists. I do them very frequently. And I have like this thing where I want to check off my to-do list. Like putting a little check mark next to the task is, for some reason, extremely satisfying. So to-do list, I 10 out of 10 recommend doing that. I also like that I maintain a healthy diet. When I maintain my healthy diet, I feel like I have more energy. I don't feel like I'm dragging ass the whole time. I'm, more vibrant, like my mood is better. When I drink enough water, I feel good, all those things come together and they work together. So when you when you are maintaining a healthy lifestyle and doing all the things to make your day like better, it just works together and it's amazing. So that's some of the things that I do to increase my productivity. Question number 4 was, what's something you want your audience to know? Now, I answered this question based off of like what I want my audience to know about the podcast, not like more about like anything else, but I just want you guys to know that like I'm passionate and real and I truly want to help others. Like the reason that I did this podcast was not because I'm going to make thousands of dollars. I make zero, and I will be completely transparent. I make zero from doing this. I do it solely because it's something that I love to do and I'm passionate about it, and I get feedback that makes my day, and that's the reason why I keep going. So that is something that I just hope to stay true to throughout this entire thing. And if it does blow up one day, that'd be amazing. But I don't ever want to change my why, like as to why I started this, I got question number 5 was, what is your favorite and your least favorite part about Delta? Now, when I went to Delta College, I would say my favorite part would be like the community and the support that we have there as student athletes. I strongly believe that community there was like something that really built me up. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. At our games, we would have like other teams, like full teams in our stands, like watching us, cheering us on. And obviously that helps, keep our stamina and our energy up. So that was awesome. And when I say support, I'm talking about, the counseling that we got. The coaches were really invested into our education, making sure, grades are first, of course, and all those good things. And so the support there was amazing. Our athletic trainers were amazing. They went above and beyond. They would work overtime, when they had to. All those things, just, it was amazing. I had a great experience. Least favorite part, it's kind of lame, my least favorite part, because I live in Lodi. So for me, Stockton is 15 minutes, so least favorite part would be location. I I kind of want to go somewhere else that's not here, but I feel like a lot of people my age are that way. Like, you don't want to be where you grew up kind of thing. So that's my least favorite. Yeah. Question number 6 that I got was, what is the most challenging part of maintaining a healthy lifestyle? So when I sat down and really thought about this, I really couldn't, it wasn't like, oh, eating healthy is hard, because eating healthy is actually really easy, with, just picking out healthy foods and making healthy recipes and putting together like a Whole30 plate. But the thing that's the hardest, guys, is really just staying consistent, especially when you have a bad day. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wake up every day with the most energy and, all this like passion to eat healthy. Like, that's not, I'm a normal person. I have cravings, like when it's my time of the month, I want everything that I should not have. So it's not like eating healthy and like staying healthy. It's just like being consistent every day and like reminding myself why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to benefit my health. I'm doing this to make me a better person on the inside and the outside. And I just feel better overall when I take care of my insides, So definitely staying consistent would be my answer to that question. But let me tell you guys, when you guys are consistent, I feel like when you break your bad habits, which you need consistency for that, guys, it gets so much easier. Like week 1, hardest week of your life of anything, new diet, new anything, new training, whatever it is, week 1, hardest week of your life. But then your body's like, okay, I like this. So it just becomes more easy. It becomes more of a natural thing to you. You don't really think twice about it because you don't want to feel as bad as you felt when you were eating like crap, So that's kind of how I am. Question number 7 was, do you have a routine before and after recording a podcast? I would say that I do. I would say that the preparation that I do is the same. I brainstorm. I give myself time, put some music on, let my thoughts flow. I have my notebook, like my podcast notebook, and it has like a bunch of ideas in it that I have like just flowing around in my head. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes they're a complete flop. Sometimes they're golden. It all depends. But I find that writing my thoughts down, putting them on paper, really looking at, like, is this something that I would want to listen to? Kind of thing. And then I always drink water before starting this because, I am talking a lot. And so my mouth does get dry. And so if I drink water before, I'm a little bit better. And I also tell my family, like, hey, can you guys keep it down? Because I do record in my room. And so I let them know, like, hey, can you guys, like, keep it down for, a few minutes or hours, whatever my show is estimated length is, just because I don't want the background noise. I try to keep it as quiet as possible. But, if you hear some background noise, it's my brothers, it's my mom, it's my dogs barking. That's just the authenticity of my, podcast. I do it in my room, so not like in a fancy studio or anything. And then the last thing I do is just take a big, deep breath in the beginning, let my mind flow into podcast mode, and then get right started into the introduction of my podcast. Question number 8 that I got was, what was your best aha moment throughout this entire journey? Now, literally, guys, I was telling my friend who also has a podcast, I was telling him, I was like, literally, when I get feedback from you guys, it really just melts my heart. Like, I love positive, negative, constructive criticism. Anything that you guys can tell me, like, hey, this episode was great. I really liked it when you said this, or I felt this way when I heard you talk about this, or I can relate, or what, you helped me get through today. When I get those kind of DMs, like, I genuinely, like, smile. Like, it's like I get giddy. And I'm inspired by you guys. Like, you guys being inspired by me only inspires me to keep going, So I love the feedback that I get, and I just I like to connect with my audience. And so when people give me feedback, I'm like, oh my gosh, obviously thank you so much for listening in. Like, if there's anything else that you would like to hear or know about me, like about my journey or whatever it is that they're relating to at that moment, please let me know. Like, I appreciate your support. Please keep listening. I just feel like I talk about things that aren't really talked about. So I feel like people really like that. And I like that you guys are really enjoying it. So that was like my aha moment of like, aha, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is like, I'm on the right path. Even if sometimes, I have bad days, like I have a reason to keep going, So that would be the answer to that one. Question number 9 that I got was, what is your advice for others that want to make a change for the better? Now, I don't know if this sounds rude. Just get started. Like, half the battle is literally getting started, getting out of your head about all the negative thoughts that you have, that I can't, or oh, it's so hard, or oh, only if I could, if I could, I would. Do it. The only person holding you back is yourself. And that statement is 105% true. My first advice would be start. Second piece of advice would be only make realistic goals. I have set unrealistic goals and I am let down every single time. And it does not make me want to keep going. What am I going to do? I'm going to quit because I set these crazy, bizarre goals that like not even some pro would probably get. And it's like, why do I put myself under so much stress for what? And another piece of advice would be like, if you do fail, whatever it is that you're doing, start over. Give yourself a chance. Stop being so hard on yourself, because take your failure and say, okay, what can I make better? What can I do to prevent this from happening again? Right? So that would be what I would tell someone. Question 10, what is the hardest part of this journey? I'm gonna be honest, not looking at my numbers, not looking at like my stats of my podcast, and also being my own fan. So in something like this, like I have to advertise for myself. I have to put myself out there. I have to be my own fan. I have to be my cheerleader. I have to be my own, like, I guess you could say publicist. Like I have to make all these posts and like get the word out there and try and gain listeners and all this stuff. But like at the same time, I do want to look at my stats because I want to see the age that I'm reaching. I want to see where I'm reaching people. What states are they listening in? What platforms are you guys using to listen into? I just try to stay out of my head like, oh, I only got this many downloads, or oh, my numbers were low this week, because it's not about that. It's about me sharing with you guys what I'm passionate about, and you guys listening in and taking that knowledge and using it, or just enjoying it and following, my life and my struggles and everything that I go through. So that would probably be the hardest part. Question number 11. Since you're so busy, how do you know where to pour your energy or efforts into? So this is something that I don't know where I like read this or heard this or what, but it changed my life. So when I heard this, it was like, if you're putting your energy into something, make sure that you're getting something out of it, something positive, something that makes you a better person, that satisfies you, right? So that's what I do. If I'm pouring my energy into a person or into something, what am I getting out of it? Am I gaining something? Am I making myself better? Am I improving something about myself? I put that a lot in perspective of like friendships. If you're friends with somebody and that's, you're being a true friend, you're going to be there for that person. You're going to support that person. You're going to love that person. You're going to be their go-to, their right-hand man. And so make sure that they are reciprocating that same energy. If they're not, then maybe you shouldn't be doing that, because that's just overstretching you for no reason if they're not even doing the same thing that you do for them, because we all need that person. We all need a person to go to. So making sure that what I'm pouring and giving my love to is giving me something rewarding back. That's the perspective that I look at my life in. And so I really highly recommend that you guys do the same. Question 12. Where is a place you haven't traveled to, but you're dying to go there? Number 1, Japan. My boyfriend and I want to go to Japan so freaking bad. It's like on our to-do list, and we're going to get there one day, but that would probably be number 1. Number 2 would be Europe. I've wanted to do like a Europe tour for so long, and I feel like it's going to happen sooner than later. So Europe and Japan are probably the 2 places that I have not traveled to, but I'm dying to go to. Now, I want to go everywhere. Like, I would love to go to the Philippines. I would love to go to Thailand. Like, I want to just travel the world, but those 2 are probably like my top right now. 13. What is your favorite pastime? This person said, besides reading, gym, and volleyball. They must know me. Family time, I would say, is 1. And you guys are going to laugh. Okay, literally, if I'm like in my room and I'm just chilling, I will literally go to YouTube and I'll type in military homecomings and cry my eyes out. Not because I'm sad. I genuinely love to watch those videos. If you are like that, comment, send me something, and let me know that you are just like me, because every time my mom walks in my room, she's like, are you crying? I'm like, yeah, I'm watching Homecoming Military. She's like, you're crazy. I'm like, no, like I feel like I'm such an empath that when I feel feelings so hard. Like, I can literally look at a person crying and cry with them without even knowing why they're crying. You can ask anybody that's close to me, and that's 1,000% legit. Don't know what it is. Don't know where I got it from. My mom was very emotional too, but I thoroughly enjoy watching military homecoming videos and crying tears of joy when they are reunited. Okay? So that's what I do in my pastime. Question 14. Would you rather live the past over again or live in the future? Oh my gosh, this question, I sat on it for like 10 minutes. I was like, girl, I don't even know how to answer this question. I think I would definitely say future, because the past is what made me who I am today because of the lessons that it taught me. So I would want to live in the future so I can better myself and learn from my mistakes and only make my life better. I mean, I know, like, I would love to go back in the past and, like, fix it so I wouldn't have to be so hurt or, like, go through some of the things that I went through. But at the same time, like, I wouldn't be who I am today if I hadn't gone through those things. So I'm, like, trying to, flip my focus in life and be like, no, like, those things made you better. So appreciate them and don't let them hold you back. Okay, last question that I got, actually, was, what is your biggest fear? And I have many fears, but I want to say the biggest one, and I feel like this can apply to many, many people, is, like, I don't want to get older and have to say, like, I wish I would have done whatever it is that I fill in the blank with. Like, I feel like this life that we're given is ours, and we, like, manifest and, like, create our own destinies, and, like, you can do whatever you want. And so the fact that we have this power and, like, the ability to, like, choose what we want to do every single day that we wake up is amazing. And I want to utilize that to its fullest power. So I want to do everything that I want because just because, like, do what you want, make yourself happy, be happy with people that are around you, live your life to the fullest every single day, because literally it can be gone just like that. And it's like, I never want to get to a point just like, oh, I wish I would have done that. Or, oh my gosh, I should have done this. Like, just do it. Go out and freaking do it. Who cares? It's your life, literally. Like, it's you that makes the decision. So I highly recommend, like, doing that. So I think that would be my biggest fear. And with that, guys, like, I just hope that you guys have an amazing day. And don't forget that I upload every single Monday. And if you guys have any episode ideas, I would love to hear them. And I hope that you guys know and, really take what I'm saying and try to apply it. And if you have any questions or anything that you want to know more, like another Q&A, I can always do those too. Please just let me know. And thank you so much for tuning in today. Never forget that there is always more.